Hello everyone, welcome back to Pilates with Ken's. Today I'll be walking you through another full body reformer workout. It'll be quick and easy and it is pregnancy friendly. So if you are a beginner or if you're pregnant, you can follow along. If you're intermediate or advanced level, this is for you too. So like normal, I'll walk you through my reformer. I have cords instead of springs, so I have two mediums, a heavy and a light. I'll walk you through as I do cord changes. I may also call them springs because I'm used to calling them springs and not cords, but I use those words interchangeably. So, like all of my reformer classes that I teach, I start by doing some stretching. So let's stand up. I'm on two medium springs, so on here it's two black cords. We'll hike up the right foot, plant the right knee, and pull the left foot up by the deck. We're just gonna lunge back here. Take it nice and easy, nice and slow and gentle. Exhale as you pull the carriage in. We're gonna keep the shoulders down and back. Try to keep the chest upright in a neutral gaze. We want that knee tracking over the ankle. Exhale as you pull in. Inhale out. Exhale, pull. Let's do two more. Just to fire up the hips. We're firing up the core as well. Ribs come down and in. Belly buttons to the spine. Slight C-curve of the pelvis at the top if you need to create that neutral spine. We'll do one more with this left leg bent. Inhaling back. Exhale, pull. Okay, we'll straighten the left leg here and we'll lunge back. Keeping that chest upright. If you have to lean forward or if you'd like to lean forward, we're hinging at the hips and not rounding through the back. Exhale, pull. We're zipping up through the hamstring on the left and the front of your right leg. Let's do three more here. I'm not wearing my grip socks, so my heel is kind of slipping here. And two. Also, quick disclaimer, sometimes I repeat counts. So if you're saying, hey, we've been on 3 for the past 6 reps, apologies in advance. Last one, stretch a little bit deeper here. Exhale, pull. You'll never see me teach a reformer class without stretching or doing some type of warm-up at the beginning. I don't know, just it must be psychological. It's also good practice to kind of warm up before you get straight into things. We're on the right side now. Right knee is tracking over the right ankle. Left knee is planted. Slight C-curve at the top, firing up the core. Inhale, drop the belly. Let's do 3 more. My son is napping, so hopefully we can get through this while he is asleep. Prayers to us. Last one. Let's lift the right toes and straighten that leg. Again, if you lean forward, we're hinging at the hips. Otherwise, chest stays upright. Feel that deep stretch. I did a mat Pilates class today, and I'm feeling sore from that, which is good. We did a lot of classical moves. Last one here. Exhale, pull. Okay, we'll begin by doing some footwork. I'm going to add a yellow, so add a light. In my opinion, I'm on like 3 mediums here compared to the spring reformer that I have, that I use at the studio that I teach at. But anyway, I'm on 2 mediums and a light on this reformer. So we'll come all the way down If you'd like, you can put the headrest up. If you're pregnant, you can also use your wedge at this point in time. I will be using the wedge later. For footwork, I don't necessarily feel like I need it. So, move the hair out of the way. We'll start on our heels, hip width apart. Toes are pointing up to the ceiling. We're inhaling out, exhale, pull. Toes stay pointing up to the ceiling, so you're getting the ankle flexion as you pull in. You can go a little bit heavier if you'd like. Sometimes I do 2 mediums and a heavy, but for this video's sake, so I'm not huffing and puffing in the microphone, already 6 months pregnant almost, I get out of breath pretty quickly. Exhale, pull. Same thing here, we want the neutral spine, shoulders are wide, arms are by the side, and everything is tracking over the ankles, knees in line with hips. Let's go 4 more here. And 3. We're trying not to lock out and hyperextend the knees. We want to keep a soft bend, but still straighten them out. 2 more. Last one. Let's move down to our toes, making sure all 10 toes are on the foot bar. Hip width apart. Same thing here. Inhale out. Exhale, pull in. Staying on those toes, even as we come in. Footwork is also something that I incorporate into almost every single one of my classes. I'd say I'm a classical contemporary mix instructor, but I lean more classical. 3 more. And 2. 1, we're going to come in halfway and we'll pulse up towards our heads, up and up for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll extend all the way out again and back in. Let's come into some single leg stretches on our toes. So we'll extend out, lift one leg up to the ceiling at a time, back down to the foot bar, pull yourself in, and alternate legs. You can choose to lift and extend at the same time. However, sometimes when we do that, our hips tend to shift, tailbone lifts off the carriage, and form starts to go down the drain, which is why I teach press out on both feet first, and then lift the leg up to the ceiling. So if you feel like you're more advanced and you have more control, you can press and lift at the same time. Again, we're thinking elongate the leg, so coming all the way up, pointing the toe up to the ceiling, and then back down. 4 more. And 3, 2, 1. Let's come onto the corners of the foot bar on our heels. Knees are falling apart slightly, naturally. We'll keep the feet flexed, so toes are pointing out, pressing out, zipping up through those inner thighs. Same thing, exhaling, pull in, fire up the core. Inhale out, exhale, pull. You're not letting the springs do all of the work, so you're controlling the carriage in and out. Slight squeeze of the glutes at the top, not enough to tuck the pelvis, but we need to keep the spine neutral. Four more. And 3. 2 more. Last one, we'll come halfway in and now we'll pulse towards our feet, down and down for 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend all the way out and we'll bring ourselves back in. Let's come up and we'll do some upper body and then we'll transition. So now the hair is a mess. That's okay. We're going to drop down to 1 medium and 1 light. You can do 2 mediums. It really just depends on where you're at and your reformer. If I were on the other reformer with springs, I'd probably do 2 mediums. For this one, I'll do a medium and a light. We'll go ahead and grab the closest strap and we'll face, I'll call this left. We'll face left and grab the left strap. We're going to sit upright. The further towards the springs, the more resistance you'll have. The further towards the shoulder blocks, the less. So if you need to adjust forward or back without adjusting the springs, you can. So we'll start by grabbing the strap with your right hand. I like to place my left hand by my side just for some stability. Core is tight, ribs are down and in. We're pulling up and out to the shoulder and then slowly returning. The feet are not doing any of the work, but they're just there. You can also extend out for a little bit of quad work and pull. Sometimes when we do this, we have a tendency to want to slide around that lower body. If you're feeling like you're using your lower back too much, go ahead and drop the springs. 4 more. Resetting the shoulders each time we return. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Let's grab the strap with our left hand now. We'll come into bicep curls. I'm gonna scooch over a little bit more so I don't have to choke up on the strap here. We're gonna pull in towards our face and slowly release. Same thing here. If you're feeling like you're flaring up the lower back too much, then you need to drop down the springs. Exhale, pull. The higher the elbow, the harder this is. So if you need to, you can tuck the elbow in slightly. And release. 4 more. Exhale, pull. And 3. 2 more. And 1. Let's drop down to either 1 light or 1 medium. We'll zigzag our feet left. I like to put the shins up against, my left shin up against the shoulder blocks for a little more stability. We'll do a little mermaid. And we're gonna press up and over with our left hand. Right hand can come onto the side, can also come onto the foot bar, but as we extend out, we might get a little far. So I'll place my right hand on the side here, keeping the left hip down as much as you can, stretching up and over. Exhale, pull, inhale, come back. Exhale. So we're feeling the stretch along that left side and the crunch along the right. Also working into the upper body. Five more. Resetting those shoulders each time. And 4. Trying not to use momentum. So we're really just making this one solid, smooth movement. 3 more. And back. 2. Neutral spine, neutral gaze. Last one. And coming back. Let's add that yellow back on there, the light spring. That was bad practice. You should use 2 hands to change your spring. We're gonna grab the other strap as well, and we're gonna face the back here, grabbing the hand loops. Okay, feet can dangle. They can come off to the side or come straight out in front. If you crisscross your legs, you'll have to crisscross the other way halfway through. We'll just do some bow and arrows here. So arms straight out in front. We're gonna pull back with the right hand, twist the upper body, and stretch forward with the left. And then inhale, return. And then we'll alternate sides. Exhale, pull, stretching. Inhale, return. So it's a 2-way stretch here, really working into those side obliques to help pull and return. Fighting the urge to slump through the lower back. Exhale, pull. Let's do 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Drop the belly on your inhale. Exhale, pull it in. Last one. Nice, we'll do some straight arm plows here. So you can lean forward slightly for these. We're just gonna pull up and back and slowly return. Working into those triceps for 8. Exhale, pull, 7. Still a neutral spine and a neutral gaze. Sometimes we want to tuck our chin under, try to keep it up. And 7. And 6. 5 more. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. Nice. And return. Let's hook the right strap here. If you have pegs, you can hook it on the peg. This reformer does not have pegs. We'll drop back down to the 1 medium. And now we'll grab the right strap. We'll grab the strap with our left hand now. And again, the further towards the springs you are, the more resistance. The further towards the shoulder blocks you are, the least resistance. My right hand is down by my side. My left hand is going to pull up and out to my left shoulder and slowly return. Up and out and return. Actually, I think I'm so sorry. We'll add that yellow. So I have a medium and a light. I'm realizing that I switched just for overhead. So pulling up and out. My apologies. We want to keep the springs the same on both sides as to not. We want to even out the body in any way that we can. 4 more. And 3. Even instructors make mistakes. 2. And 1. We'll come into our bicep curls. Arm comes straight out. The higher the elbow, the harder. We're pulling in. Legs are dangling. They're not helping in any way, shape, or form. Exhale, pull. Inhale, release. And 5. Neutral spine. Core is fired up. And 4. 3 more. And 2. Last one. Now we'll come back in. We'll drop down that light spring, so just the medium. We'll zigzag our legs off to the right now. The right shin is placed up against the shoulder blocks. My left hand is down by my side. We're gonna press up and over here, keeping that right hip down as much as we can, and restacking that spine, feeling the crunch along the left and the stretch along the right. Exhale, pull. Inhale, return. And 5. Even as we lean, try to keep that head in line with the spine and not drop that neck down. 4. Exhale, 3. Neutral wrist as well. We want to try not to kink too much. 2 more. Last one. And return. Hopefully this mic is not rubbing up against my necklaces and making a bunch of ruckus. That would be very sad for the audio. Okay, let's re-grab both straps and we'll end on our back, and that'll be that. I will go back to 2 medium springs here. So on this reformer, it's 2 blacks. We'll lay all the way back down again. Re-grab the hand loops. We'll readjust here. So it's a little bit heavier on the arms, and that's okay. We will be doing some bridging, so make sure your headrest is down. Legs come up into tabletop. Neutral spine, ribs come down and in. We're gonna exhale, pull our arms down by our sides, and inhale to return. Let's do this about 4 more times. Inhale, return. If your hip flexors start to flare, you can tuck your knees into your chest a little bit more, otherwise they're at the 90. 2 more. Last one here. Okay, we'll add in some bridging here. So we're gonna press the arms down. Inhale, return. Place the feet, the heels on the foot bar. We'll slowly tuck, lift, squeeze into a bridge. Inhale at the top. Slowly exhale, roll down. 1 vertebra at a time. Release the pelvis. Take an inhale, lift those legs, and then again, arms. Exhale down, inhale up. So it's a 3 breath series. On the heels or on the arches, tuck, lift, squeeze, nice and slow. Slowly roll back down, 1 vertebra at a time. Lift those legs, arms. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you can come onto the toes. Tuck, lift, squeeze. Slowly roll down. Lift the legs, arms. Let's do 4 more of these. We want to try to keep the carriage pulled into the stoppers as much as we can, so we're really pulling in through those hamstrings. 3 more. Legs. 2 more here. Arms. Feet down. Bridge, tuck, lift. Squeeze. Trying not to rock the hips back and forth. So we're evenly pressing up and coming back down. Last one. Slowly lower down. Nice. And take a little rest. We'll do one core exercise and then we'll stretch and be all done. Nice, short and sweet, full body reformer exercise, reformer workout rather. Let's pull our arms out to a T, keeping our arms in our peripherals, so we don't want to drop them too far down. So we're out to a T, legs come back into tabletop, core is engaged, neutral spine, and we'll pull down to our sides and then back out to a T. Inhale out, exhale pull. If you wanted to use your wedge by now, if you're pregnant, you can. Since it's just this one exercise, I won't be using it. Typically I would for this one. 2 more here. And 1. Let's add our double leg stretch. So when we pull the arms out, we're extending legs out. And then as we pull arms down, we're tucking knees in. You can also do a head lift. For my sake, I'm only going to do the arms. Exhale, pull. Inhale, out. 5 more. And 4. 3. It's a good idea to check your form. The lower the legs, the harder. In my case, just because I can doesn't mean I should. I'm trying my best to keep good form. 2 more. Last one. And we'll rest. Let's hook those straps, or you can drop them wherever your reformer allows. We'll just do a little stretch up. So let's pull our legs up to the ceiling. You can grab at your hamstrings, behind your knees, behind your calves or ankles, wherever your flexibility allows. We're still going to try to keep the hips planted. We're just doing a little hamstring stretch. You can flex your feet, point your toes. Try to straighten those legs as much as you can. Let's circle the ankles both directions. Grab those big toes and we'll pull down and out into happy baby. Let's place those feet back down and slowly make our way up. We'll roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Release the tongue from the top of your mouth and forward. We'll pull our arms out to the side, connect our palms overhead, and pull them down in front of our hearts. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining along. I know that one was quick, simple, and easy, but sometimes that's all we need to just get our bodies moving. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video if you really loved it. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.